I'm testing every way to sublimate can coolers so you don't waste your blanks like I did. Okay, so if you have tried sublimating can coolers and ended up with like ghosting, faded spots, or weird designs and lines, this one's for you. So for this video, we're actually going to be using can coolers that I've already sublimated on. I've only done one side, so the back, the blank side, is actually perfect for this test. We are reusing. We are not wasting. We like to reuse, not waste. I want to see what actually works best and not what people say works best, because let's be real, sublimating can coolers depends on the pressure on your heat press, how high you have your heat press, and just all around the product itself also. So here's what I'm testing today. I'm going to be using neoprene and foam. So neoprene is like a scuba type material. And then foam is exactly what it says, foam. So it's more squishy, where the neoprene is like a hard rubber. We are also going to be doing a skinny size and a regular size. And then we are also going to be using an off-brand that I got from Amazon. And then this is my normal guy that I use. And then also we are going to do, our application methods are going to be with tape and my spray glue. So let's get started. So before we get started, I am going to say that on my full tape method, I'm going to be using a blank can cooler just so we can get the full picture of it. So now that we've got everything set out, we're going to take my husband's calipers that he graciously let me borrow. And we are going to test the thickness of the can coolers. And this is going to be, we're going to test them before we press them and after we press them. Okay. So I've got my pen here. A cute little pen, isn't that? Let's take our, and I'm just going to write it like on the first one just so I'll know what it is. Okay, so pre-pressing, we're going to zero that out. And then we are going to open it and let's see. 5.06 millimeters on the Tahoe Bay. Let's write this down right here. Well, let me open it back up after I just closed it. Where'd it go? Look, I can't even find the pen. Okay, let me go grab another one. Got another one. 5.06 millimeters. Okay, and let's take you back and zero you out. So this is going to be the neoprene skinny. Let's see what it is. Looks like it's stuck. .18 millimeters. All right, let's go ahead and do the Tahoe Bay foam. Let's zero this out. And we are going to be at, let's see, make sure we're not, .80 millimeters. And lastly, let's do Your Dream Party Shops. We are at 0. And these measure at .45 millimeters. Okay, so we've got those done. We've got everything measured out. Now we are going to go ahead and start prepping them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, everything is going to be exactly the same how I do it. I'm just going to show you with one set of can coolers how I'm going to do it so it's not repetitive. So what I'm going to do is I've got this one is going to be my full wrap. So let's go ahead and do a full wrap. So what I mean by full wrap is I'm going to take my design, I'm going to put my can cooler on it, and we're going to measure it and make sure that it matches up, and we're going to put them both together. And then I'm going to go through and fully wrap the can cooler with tape. So let's do it. But first, what do we have to do? Grab the trusty old lint roller. So we're going to lint roll the heck out of it. See, because you can see like some of the black pieces here, that is what will turn blue on this design. Now that it's a full color, you probably won't see it as much as if you were looking at, say, one with white still. All right, I think we're good with that. So we're going to tape it first. And let's take two of you and put you over here. Here is what I do. I take my piece of tape and I look at it on here and I pull it up this way if I don't have any light behind me to make sure it is going to be in the middle of my design. So with my full wraps, I like to take a piece of tape and stick it in between this little piece right here. Take it here and stick it on this edge and make sure it is flat right there. It doesn't want to be, you don't need to put it underneath here because when you sublimate it, it's going to make an empty space. So you won't see the design there. And then I like to also take another piece of tape and set it up here. I only do a single piece of tape right there because we're going to go through and we're going to do the whole thing. All right, so let's get this piece here, and here's where it gets tricky to make sure you got it all right and make sure we are even here. And then I'll take another piece of tape. Sometimes I won't put it on both sides, but for the most part I like doing both sides just to make sure it doesn't move. All right, so we're going to tape you there and tape you here. All right, now here's the fun part. This is the hard part. So we take it and I'm going to just do it like this. I've got enough right here. We're going to take it and we're going to fold it together and press. And now I'm going to take this other side and we're going to do the same exact thing just to make sure it's not moving. So we're going to take it and press. So now you've got two sides together and there should be tight to where there's no like movement in there. And now we're going to finish the whole thing. And I'm probably going to speed this up just because it's going to take a while. Well, I don't usually take it and put the piece like that because I don't like the way it works, but that looked okay right there, so we're going to go with it. You here. Okay, so we are fully taped now. You can look at it, make sure all the sides are done and pushed together. Now, this is what I've had the best luck doing whenever I do them. So whenever you get a can cooler from me, this is what I do. I do the whole side because this to me works the best. All right, so now we're going to do full tape. We're going to stick that on there for right now. I will remove it before I press it, but I'm going to put it back on there. And now here is one that I'm going to add that's just going to say nothing. let's do a single tape. So let's take it and what do we do? What's really going to be funny is I'm going to be doing this, you know, tutorial, review, whatever, and they're all going to turn out perfect. That's what's going to end up happening. And I'm going to be like, yep, this is a dud. All right, let rolled, we're good. So we're going to take it, we're going to set it, and I say single piece of tape, but that means there and in my pieces here and here. Now, would it work if I put it here? You know what? We're going to try it. We're going to just go ahead and, for the sake of the video, we're going to do it completely like that. And let's take you down here and you over here. And the top, let's just do it. Let's just do it. I've already got one in the middle. Okay, so there's single tape. We're good. We're going to go here. And now for the spray glue, we're going to take and we're going to spray just the image with my spray glue. Let me see if I can find a box. So we have our Amazon trash box that I have sitting around. I'm going to put our design in here, and we're just going to do a generous spray. Probably just once, actually. Let it tack up a little bit. We're going to pull it out, set it here, and we forgot to lint roll, and it's still tacky. We're going to set this down on here and look and see where it's supposed to go and press it down. And we've got it sitting there with the glue. All right, so let's finish doing all the other ones, and then we're going to press them. All right, I said I wasn't going to show y'all how I do each one, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in the video, and I'll probably just, you know, do a fast display of it. So these are going to be the Tahoe Bay neoprene skinny. Let's do it. We're gonna move sides. We're gonna show the whole thing. Hang on. feel like on the mesh, I don't know if you can see it right here, it's got like not the mesh, the foam, it's got like a mesh right here. I guess that's like the absorption portion of it. I really like how these feel pre-pressed. So we've got all of them done and ready. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what that extra one's for. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got them done. Let's go ahead and press them. We're gonna do Tahoe Bay. I don't know, I wanna say Pay. Tahoe Bay, the neoprene regular, and this is the spray glue. So make sure you put your butcher paper down. This covers your heat press so you don't get ink on there. We're gonna do about medium pressure. And then we're gonna add another piece of butcher paper on it. And all of these I'm doing at 385 for 60 seconds. Well, this one's gonna make me do a hot peel. Oh wow, that actually turned out pretty good. Let me get, this is with the spray glue. That actually turned out very, very good. Better than I expected. So, because usually you can see like right here with the coloring, and like I just said, it's probably all gonna work out good just because I'm doing a video trying to figure out what works best and what doesn't. So you can see some ghosting here, but it's not too bad that like I would not sell this, but that turned out very good. So let me put my sticky note on here. All right. All right, so now let's do, and now the other three, well, we're only gonna do 2 of them. So the full, what am I trying to say? The full wrap, full tape, we're gonna do, and the single tape, we're gonna take it and let it cool down before we peel it. All right, so this is going to be the nothing one. So these are always hard to figure out because if you have nothing on there and you just set it on there, like, how do you figure out where it's supposed to go? And if whenever you move it, does it not move? So let's try it out. And then when you open it up, does it, the paper and air and the force, like, bring it up some? So let's make this a little less tight now. All right, so this is just setting it down, and that actually looks really good too, except for over here, I put it a little bit over to the side. So obviously, doing nothing is not good. And now we're gonna do the full tape. Actually, on this one, I'm going to do the reveal while it's hot because they're still stuck together, so I like being able to pull them out. And this is a the full one, and that turns out so pretty. Every time it turns out good. I mean, there are a couple times that it doesn't work out great, but, and you only have very minimum white showing on the side. Let's go ahead and do, this is the neoprene skinny, and this is the spray glue on this one. Ow. Don't burn yourself like I just did. All right, and this is the glue. So that works pretty good too. It's got some light ghosting here, but other than that, I think it looks great. This is going to be the single side of tape. All right, so this is the single tape, and we're going to go ahead and do a reveal. You know, they're all going to do good today because I did not use a different design. Usually the blacks right here, which you can see on this one, right here you can see a little bit of ghosting on the wheel. But all in all, that looks good too. A skinny one, and let's do that with nothing. Okay, I'm just setting it there because I have no clue where it's gonna go, and we just wanna see what it's gonna look like. I mean, really. Okay, so we do have some ghosting here. Not a ton, but we do have a little bit of ghosting. So you can see it right here and right here on this one. It's not terrible. It wouldn't be enough for me to not send this, but there's still some ghosting. All right, let's do the full tape now. Let's see. I don't like this glove. Maybe not. I don't like that hand. That glove hand. All right. Oh, this got some ghosting on it. Let me get a glove. Probably because I was ripping it out, but you can see it really here. After I just told y'all that I really like doing the full wrap. My time may be changing. So here's got some ghosting to it, and then here it does also. So I would not have sent this one out. Okay, so this one is going to be the Tahoe Bay foam skinny with the spray glue. So let's do that. And my husband's outside cutting the grass, so you may be hearing that. All right. So I'm going to let this sit. It looks great, but I'm going to let it sit because the foam starts getting weird. So let me let this sit. We're going to do a single tape now. Now, if you are trying to sell products, I would not suggest using the same, it's called blowout paper, but this is butcher paper. So I would not suggest using the same paper just because, as you can see, it transfers the color, which I may move it after my next one just to make sure it doesn't go through and onto my press. Ooh, we're gonna let this, look at that, we're gonna let this cool before we peel because it's ripping apart. We're not gonna do that. All right, now we're gonna do a foam full. All right, let's flip it. Oh, I'll let you. So on this one, it probably doesn't fit perfectly because I didn't print out the right size for this, but for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna press it. So just know the sides are not gonna match up, but it can still show us how it works without having like any tape or glue on there. And it looks great, except for the sides. No ghosting, except for, I don't think I'm a big fan of the foam. We'll talk more about that whenever we come back up. Now we are moving on to our last set. This is the Your Dream Party Shop, and this is gonna be the spray glue. So let's put it here in the middle. Ooh. All right, so that looks pretty good too. Oh, there's some ghosting here. You can look, you can see some ghosting here. And that just sort of looks fuzzy to me. We'll let it cool down, and when we come back up, we'll look at it more. All right, so the next one is gonna be the nothing on there. And let's try and figure out which would be good. Okay, we'll go there. And pull it up some more. Oh, hot. All right. Hey, I actually got that one pretty good, dead on spot. So there's a little bit of ghosting here and here. But other than that, I think that looks fine too. All right, this one is gonna be the single tape. All right. You know, I'm a little upset now because I made this video. Oh, look at that. Pulling off away from the sides. I don't use these because of that. These are very bad quality, but I wanted to give a look at something else also. All right. You know what? That looks great too. All right, now last one, we're doing a full wrap. And I just threw that down. So we're just gonna take this piece, instead of me going to get it, fold it in half, and we're gonna press it. This is the top of it. let's see. That looks good. And that side looks good. All right, let's let these cool down and we'll go through them all. So we've pressed everything. They've cooled down. Now it's time to test the thickness. So we've got our calipers here. We've got our pen here. Let's turn it on and zero it out. And after this one, it is, let's see, we can still put 4.82 millimeters. So we went from 5.06 millimeters before pressing to 4.82 millimeters after it was pressed. Let's go back up, zero you out. So this is the neoprene skinny one. Zero. Come on now. Zero. All right. So now we are at 4.97, 98. We'll give it 0.98 just for the heck of it. 4.98 millimeters. So this went from 7.18 millimeters to 4.98 millimeters. That's crazy, huh? We're going to measure it from the side right here, what this does, which we didn't measure it from the side to begin with. And it's going to be thicker on the side anyway, just because of the stitching over here, but that says 5.06, so it's not really much of a difference. All right, so there is that one. Now we've got the Your Dream Party Shop neoprene ones. Let's open it up. 4.05. 4.05 millimeters. So we went from 5.45 millimeters to 4.05 millimeters. And it's kind of hard not to make sure they go, like, have them go down, because heat and pressure makes things shrink. So, all right. And this is the foam one. And the foam one went to 4.93. So you can still, we've got it just at there. 4.93. So we went from 7.80 to 4.93 millimeters. All right, so now let's go and look at the difference between each of them. They all turned out very good. I'm very surprised at the not having any type of ghosting. I always have issues with ghosting. I don't know why. I guess because I'm filming, it's not going to act crazy. But like literally all of these that you can see, maybe I should have tried this design. Ghosting. Weird ghosting. That one's got ghosting. This one's the same. Okay. So anywho, this one's stitched. I think this one's stitched out. I'm acting like I'm embroidering. That's what I do at work. This one is good. This the skinny one has light ghosting right here. And right here. I'm sorry, I'm hitting the stand. But it's not terrible. Would it be enough for me to not send out? I don't think so. It's not bad, but it does look sort of blurry here to me. All right, and then we've got the Your Dream Shop skinny. This looks actually okay. This one doesn't look bad. It does look like there could be some ghosting up here and possibly right around this area. But other than that, that looks fine. And the sides look good on that one too. And then we've got the foam skinny one. These, it actually looks very good. I don't see any different spots. Now the foam is very weird. Like, I don't like how it sticks together like that. And I don't like how it looks all dimply. Can y'all see that? Like, it looks like it has little cottage cheese dimples. But it pressed great. It pressed good. All right, so we've got these. Let me move these back over here. Let's do the full tape. All right, so let's open up this Tahoe Bay full tape. I was nervous to open it up because it pulls. Oh, this is the Tahoe Bay foam one. Okay. I just want to show y'all the difference in the foam. And this can be me. I'm not saying it's bad quality product, but if I'm doing a full press, look how thin that is. Like, let me get my calipers for this. I burnt myself, sorry y'all. Okay, so let's turn it on. .68. 1.68. Look how thin that is. I mean, I like the foam. I like how it looks when it's pressed. Where is my other foam at? Trying to find it. Where did I put it? Oh, right here. So, if anything, that's the difference. Okay, so this is after it's pressed. This is after it's pressed once and then immediately turned over and pressed. And let me show you what it looks like before it's pressed. So that's the difference between all three of them. This is absolutely insane. Could it be I had really heavy pressure? Yes, it could be that. Is that the only reason that it flattened out like that? Not at all, because foam melts. All right, so here is Tahoe Bay neoprene full tape. Whoop, hit it again. So let's get up close and see how this one turned out. It looks great on that side. We look good here on this side too. Not much of a white strip down the side. I think that looks great. I think that's fine. Here's the skinny. I don't like skinnies. I think I've said that before. This didn't turn out terrible. You can see, I think it's the skinny ones that always mess up. And if you look at half the ones that I've done, they're all messed up because they're skinny. So, like you can see, the ghosting here, it's a very dark green here. And you don't really see those on the other ones. And you can look in this one. This is probably because I didn't, after I preach to you to make sure you lint roll, you can see some blue dots in here. And on the back, you can see more ghosting right here. Let's see. Like right there, you can see the ghosting. And right here, you can see some ghosting. Am I too close? But it looks good. I mean, would I ship this out to my customer? Absolutely not. It's not up to my standards, so I'm going to say it probably would not be up to their standards. They may not even notice it, but to me, I know what I'm sending out, and I don't want to send anything out that looks like that. So here is the Dream Party Shop. This one, it looks very blurry here, I guess you could say. Whoop, I dropped it. So this one here looks very blurry. And I don't know if I don't know what causes the blurring, but this is the issues that you get whenever you make cane coolers. This side looks okay. Well, there is some ghosting up here. And this side looks very blurry in that section. Now, these are not good quality. So I read the reviews and I was like, you know what? That's not going to be me. They are not going to look like that after I purchase them. Lo and behold, purchase them. They look beautiful sometimes, but the quality is not good. I could not knowingly send this to somebody with this messed up right here. And I've even commented, I left a message on their Amazon account. Yeah, I don't think they did anything. Now, Tahoe Bay, when I've had issues with the foam ones, I ordered the wrong ones. They just sent me a new package. They sent me the new ones, so that was great. So yeah, let's move on to the next ones. You know, I think I take my spray glue for granted because it really did good today. So here is on the foam. It doesn't look bad. It actually looks very good. Sometimes I worry about, like, I think I've already thrown all the sheets away. Like, sometimes whenever you spray, it gets like little splotches and blobs on there, like, so I feel like it transfers over. But this looks good. Opened it up, and this one is still, it's still too thin for me. It is very thin. I don't want a very thin koozie. I mean, I don't need a super thick one unless it's like a super thick foam hugger. But this doesn't look bad. I just don't like how much it shrinks. All right, so we are there. This is the Tahoe Bay regular one, and this is the spray glue as well. So this one actually looks very good. Let me get double close up and check to make sure this one looks good. I don't see any ghosting or any weird lines. Even the green on the side, it's not that bad, whereas the other one looked super green. All right, so this is the Tahoe Bay skinny one. I swear to gosh, I think it's the skinny ones. Like, this has ghosting here. I don't know if y'all can see it. If you look here, you can see the ghosting there, and there's an extra little bar here. But yeah, like on this one, you can see it's ghosted here and right here. So, like, I'm not going to send something out like that. I probably should have chose a different design, but even the little bit that you can see is, it's showing you what it does. And then this is the Dream Party Shop. Oh, here you go. So with the is this the spray glue? It is. So with the spray glue, look here. I must have sprayed it a little too much. You can see it. This is the whole reason why I don't really like, if I spray it and it has a splotch on the transfer, I usually just reprint it. But I don't want to do that because, like, I'm wasting it. But then again, if it's doing the ghosting or weird stuff, I've wasted a product too. So I guess I'd rather waste the paper than the actual product. So yeah, this is not good for the spray glue. The splotches here and here, that I would not send that out. I'm sure the customer would not know, but I would not send that out. And I don't see any ghosting really anywhere. So other than the splotches, I think that's fine. Next. All right, so let's open these. These are the singles. Okay, so this is the Tahoe Bay single tape. So, and how did we do this one? So we actually, on this one, we taped it around. Let's throw my trash over here. Move my tape. All right, so on this one, you can see some ghosting. I don't know if y'all can see it right off the bat, but bam, there it is. Right here in this little area, you can see it here. And then you can see it on the influence on the E. So it's not terrible, but it is enough for it to not be good enough. Other than that, I think that subbed pretty good. All right, and now we're gonna do the foam skinny one. Oops. Yep, the foam with the tape right there. Nope. It seems like the foam may work with either the glue or nothing, in which I just don't trust myself enough to do the nothing one because I'm not good with eyeing it and then just hoping that it stays there. Oh my gosh. Oops, I think I might rip it. Okay, well, that's the back of it. This is why you change out your blowout paper or your butcher paper, because you can see where we when we flipped it over and pressed it, that was down there already. So, and then here, it looks like it's too hot for this, but still, I only pressed one side, and you can look at the difference. So that's one side press, that's not a side press. So if I would have done both sides, it would have been flat, like a pancake. So I'm not a fan of the foam. If you are, that is perfectly fine. If you've got it down, I would love for you to comment down below, like what your settings are and how you press it. I do have a Vesta heat press. They are, I believe they don't make them anymore. So, and I'm not a fan of the ones that automatically come up, because I feel like if I'm sublimating, it can cause the paper to shift and cause more ghosting. So here we go. Other than it being skinny, it subbed great. And pulling that right there, it looks pretty good. Now to me, I guess maybe my eyes are going bad, doubt it, but it does look sort of blurry here. All right, your dream party shop now. This is the single tape. It doesn't look terrible. It is pulling away right here. So like I said, quality, not great. It should not pull away. Like, it actually looks like it's ripped right there. Yeah, it looks ripped on both sides. Look at that. Like it's got a cut. That's weird. Can y'all see that? Yeah, that's very weird. So that's not good. And it's not tearing away up here. But on that other one, it was tearing away. So this does not look bad. That looks very bad. And we've got the neoprene skinny one. Let's get up close. I don't see, oh, there's a little bit. I lied. There is a little bit right here and some right here. I don't know if you can see it. Right there and right there. But those are the only two places that I see it on this one. It doesn't look bad. Like if I couldn't tell until I started really looking at it. But I think that looks fine. All right, let's go back up and talk more in depth about them. How crazy is that? I can literally see myself on my watch. I don't know if y'all can see it. That's really cool. Very cool. All right, so let's go through what we thought was the worst and the best. I did have Andy and Olivia both go through them and tell me what they thought was their favorite and which one was the worst. So we're going to start with the worst. I don't know if you could tell, but it would have to be the Tahoe Bay foam. Andy and Olivia are both saying, no, it was bad. That, like, I would not sell these. I would not buy these. They're the worst. It's just, if you look at all of them, they're each three are different after you press them. And then the flatness of these is just absolutely insane. So, needless to say, they came in 4th place. Last place, whatever. So coming in 3rd is going to be Your Dream Party Shop. The design and the quality of the print doesn't look that bad. Now, there may have been a little bit of ghosting and the spray glue looked bad on one of them, but the sublimation didn't look terrible. What did look bad, though, was the quality of these can coolers. Like, I guess if you're doing like vinyl or say a lighter, a smaller heat, if the heat isn't as high as I had it, it may work just fine, but this would not be something that I would sell or give to someone as a gift because it just looks like garbage. Sorry to be blunt, but it does. All right, number 3 is going to come in with, which Andy said he thought this was his favorite, was the skinny can coolers. Like I said, every time I do skinny ones, they always hover, and I feel like there was more hovering on these. Ghosting. I feel like there was more ghosting on the skinny ones than the regular ones. But overall, these Tahoe Bay ones, they kept the neoprene ones, they kept their shape. They look good when they're pressed. The color looks great. So to me, they're perfect. The winner is going to be the Tahoe Bay regular size can coolers. They just all around, they look good. I didn't have much hovering, I think, ghosting. I call it hovering and ghosting, so you can hear me say it either way. They didn't have much ghosting, and the color all around looks good. The thickness didn't mess up too bad. I mean, it did shrink just a little bit, but overall, it was great to me. So now let's get talking about which one do we prefer. The spray glue, it worked really good. I don't like that on, which one was it? It was on the Your Dream Party Shop. I don't like that you can see the coloring of it when it was like the blobs of it. So it didn't look terrible. It's just not what I would do for can coolers. But to me, it actually subbed great and it stuck great. So it may be something that I would try. Now, I did surprise myself because usually I use a full taping. But today it seemed like everything looked good. Even if I did like a single tape, the spray glue, everything seemed fine. So it's really hard because nothing really messed up today. And usually things go really wrong. I mean, you can see them on, like this one. Look at it. It's crazy how bad it looks. And then today they're all great. So So if you've been struggling with can coolers, I hope this helped you try to decide like what method you like best, and hopefully it helps you figure out what type of can coolers work best. And they're called different names: can coolers, insulated beverage, hugger, koozies. So they're all different names, and whatever name you call it is fine. Now sometimes I can't type in koozie because that is a trademark name, so I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that here. I can only use that if I use an actual koozie brand. If you're new here, hey, welcome. I'm Brittany, owner and creator of Scotland Designs. I make personalized gifts and accessories, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and a like, and possibly subscribe so you can see more. I usually post my videos on Wednesdays, so I would love to see you next time. Make sure you comment what your favorite part of this video was, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.